Good morning to everyone on this January 14th. We're already half through the month of January almost. Can you believe it? And it's not going to be long before we hear the swinging of the bat and the throwing of the ball and all those wonderful things that make for spring training. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Arnie's Fantasy World of Sports. Lenny, great job. I love your analysis of the Blue Jays. I'm going to tell you, I like the Blue Jays offense. I don't know how much pitching they're going to get, but that offense is pretty solid. And, we're doing a slow draft. Andrea set up this slow mock draft, and it's very different for me. I'll go ahead and tell you, anything slow is just, I don't know. I got to get used to it, but it's kind of growing on me. But I drafted Bo Bichette, Lenny, fairly early, I guess, not first or second round, but I drafted Bo Bichette. I think he's a player. I really do. I think the other players on that team, offensively, they're solid. We'll see. Great analysis. I love it. We got a lot to talk about this morning. We're going to start off, first of all, welcoming everybody. How about that? Because without you guys in the chat room, we just don't have much of a show. Andrea, Clarona, Dale, Doug Boyle, who does a great job on the weekends, by the way. Lenny, Phil Chaplin, and Chappie, if it's okay with you, I'll come back to you in a moment. Rotorius, Timothy Hooker, Zelmo, Guest Flora, and Guest Liliana. I don't know who the guests are, but anyway, it's good to have you guests in the chat room. And Liliana, if you'd like to register, I'd love to know who you are, and we can have a conversation, and we're going to do that anyway. So, here we go. A lot to talk about in Houston, right? And I want to go about this, from a few different perspectives. Okay. Here's a perspective. You guys remember this so well. The Hit King. Remember Pete Rose? Remember 1989. 30 years ago, Pete Rose is banished for life from the game of baseball. And because he allegedly bet on baseball, and years later, Pete Rose finally admitted that he did. And so there's questions as to whether or not he will, one, ever be reinstated, and two, if ever reinstated, will he ever get into the Hall of Fame? And so far, as we sit here on January 14th, 2020, that's not happened. And there's no indication that it's going to happen anytime soon. Okay, let's lay that out there. The Bart Giamatti, Pete Rose, blah, 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 all that. Okay, and the whole concern with Pete Rose, rightfully so, focused on the integrity of the game of baseball. The integrity of the game. Integrity can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. To me, it's what you do, what you say when no one's looking. Those things that you might think, hey, I can get by with this. I don't know. So, the integrity of the game. Let's compare or contrast that to two other situations this morning. And hey, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. A little different. You know how I like to shake things up. You guys probably will not take me up on this, but if you want to weigh in orally, yesterday I had Kevin Hastings on the phone with me. For about 10 minutes, Kevin and I went back and forth on some things. If you want to weigh in on this or any other topic, give me a call. I'll put you on the air. We'll do it live. I just posted my number. So guess Liliana, you can call. Rotorius, Malpow, Lenny, Doug Boyle, Phil Chaplin even. Give me a call. Two guys I want to talk about. AJ Hinch, Joey Cora, Jeff Luno. We know now AJ Hinch and Jeff Luno are out of baseball for 1 year. 1 year. We know that the Astros have been fined $5 million. And I'm going to talk more about the loss of draft picks in just a few minutes. That's a different topic. That's the impact I want to talk first about the punishment. And are punishments consistent across the board? Hinch and Luna out for a year, fired by the Astros. I don't know that they'll ever get another job in baseball. I don't think they should. I don't think you call it blackballing. I think blackballing is when you secretively say, we're not going to hire these people. I think you don't secretively say anything. You just don't hire these people. And you have the courage of your conviction to stand up and say, I'm not hiring these people. How about the statements that were made? Have you heard the interview? It's been played back many times. It was A.J. Hinch, mid-season, responding to comments made when he was asked in the dugout pregame about stealing signs. And I want to play an excerpt of that. It's not very long. I know you guys don't like hearing a lot of audio clips, but this is pretty significant. And I want you to hear what A.J. Hinch had to say when he was responding to allegations. Basically, Trevor Bauer had tweeted about, Mike Fiers had talked about in late 2019.
Honestly, I roll my eyes at it, but I do think probably people need to sweep their own front porch and deal with their own situations, or more than throw allegations around that are unfounded. So I don't know if it's a personal vendetta or if he's got a problem with things. I know, sometimes Twitter considers itself the police of the world.
Talking about Mike Fiers and, come on, clean your own front porch. So not only is A.J. Hinch stealing, he's lying. I know it's probably a little oxymoronish here, but give me an honest thief, right? Yeah, I stole it. I was hungry. Yeah, I stole it. It was stupid. Yeah, I did it. Shouldn't have done it. But to say he needs to clean his own front porch? Come on! This is absolutely the beginning. And now I hear this morning, I'm listening to talk radio, I'm reading articles. There's a player who, Logan Morrison, Phil Chappie and I've talked about Lomo last year. We thought the Yankees should have called him up from AAA. Remember that conversation, Chappie? Lomo comes out today and says every team is doing it. The Yankees, the Red Sox, the Dodgers. And he says, I know they're doing it. Now, is this just an off-the-cuff statement? Or, where there's smoke, is there fire? My question is this a black eye on baseball? Or is this a non-curable disease? Because baseball, how many of us, look, we're in the chat room this morning. Thanks, Andrea. Yeah, let me tell you, we love baseball, right? We love the competition. The Red Sox need the Yankees. The Yankees need the Red Sox. We like it when both teams are good. Let's face it. The competition, going to a game, playing in a game. I've played baseball, playing in a close game. Hey, there's nothing like it. But playing in a game where the outcome may be predetermined, OMG. What's the difference in this and the White Sox scandal 100 years ago? And isn't it interesting that 1919 White Sox and the 2019 scandal, 100 years apart? What a freaking anniversary. How widespread is it? I think we're scraping the surface. Hopefully, it's not widespread. Hopefully, it's limited to these couple of instances. And I think the jury's still out on the Red Sox. I don't want to jump to a conclusion. I don't want to wake up in Alex Cora's head this morning either. But this is a big deal. Lenny said it, and I want to go a little deeper. Lenny said it. What if these Astros players have porous 2020 numbers? Indicative of the fact something must have been a foul, correct? And now it's this way. This is our society. You can't do wrong and expect someone not to tell it. You're going to have Mike Fires. You're going to have players who know that something is wrong, and they're going to report it, and then they're made out to be the bad guy? Are you kidding me? That's our society, isn't it? It's a sad state. And now I want to go a different angle. How about other sports? How about what Bill Bellichek did? Never suspended a game, right? No long-term punishment. In fact, I watched the NFL Top 100. He's in the NFL Top 100. What if he had been doing these same things that he did that have been found to be true, and he had been in the baseball realm? Phil Chappie just posted, stealing signs has been going on. We used to try to steal signs visually when I was playing. Now they've upped it with the high tech. Here's my problem with it. Okay, here's my problem with it. It's not that they stole signs. High tech and Twitter and social media, and it's a different world we live in. Expect that to happen. Here's the difference. Integrity. When you're asked about it, just tell the truth. Yeah, we're stealing signs. We sure are. We're going to use any method we can. If teams want to put their signs out there and we can steal them, fair game. At least then it's out there. There's no question of integrity. I guess there's a new way to come up with signs. I guess pitchers and catchers per batter go out and change the signs. I don't know what they got to do. If you want to give me a call and chime in on this, let's do it. 919-922-9093. I've got my phone. I can put you on the air. We can do it right now. This is a big deal, folks. And now we've got Yu Darvish, Trevor Bauer coming out. I know Andrea is in love with Trevor Bauer. That's great. I think it's super that they have the signing autographs and time together. I think it's great that they are such good friends and that she's a big fan. I thought about her this morning when I read what Trevor Bauer is saying, reminding us all. He was talking about this several months ago, a couple of years ago. Trevor Bauer talked about it a long time ago when the videos are coming into the dugout. And he was playing with the Cleveland Indians, and they're playing the Astros a couple of years ago. And he says, ooh, so you mean to tell me the guy videoing our dugout in 2018 LLDS wasn't just doing that to protect against the Indians stealing signs? Who would have ever guessed he was up to no good? What a revelation. Of course, he's being sarcastic. He's saying exactly that. He was up to no good. So I've talked about it comparing it to Pete Rose. I've talked about it comparing it to Bill Bellichek. The thing about sports, whether it's baseball, whether it's football, whatever sport you choose, we on the Lenny Melnick Fantasy Network, we choose baseball, a great deal of us. We also have interest in other sports. But we choose it because it's release. Lenny's calling me. Listen.